All right, guys. So, look, if you want to grow your CPR training company fast, you're at the right place. We have some proven tips and strategies that will help you earn more revenue in your CPR training business, book more clients, maximize revenue, and scale and grow your training company. A couple quick tips we're going to talk about in today's video. All right, guys, so look, the first tip I'm going to give you today is attracting more clients, right? You obviously grow revenue by getting more customers. So what we want to do to start out, if you haven't done this already, or maybe you're starting this and you're unsure on the process, and by the way, cool thing about this tip, fully automated. You can absolutely automate this thing entirely. You want to get on the phone, you want to get on email, right? So you want to do some search. You want to either buy a list or you want to search a list in your general area that you cover. So that way you can start making calls and sending emails to customers to try to get more on-site customers. Now, a quick tip I'm going to give you on email, keep this short and to the point. Oftentimes, you guys have probably seen this. Somebody sends you an email, they're trying to sell you something, and it's 4 paragraphs long. Nobody's going to read that. It's going right in the trash can. So under 25 characters, short, sweet, to the point, ask a question at the end of your email. Try to elicit a response to begin and start that conversation. Remember, you're not selling them on a cold email, right? You're just trying to get attention. All right, guys, so the next strategy we have is more for your open enrollment classes. So this is more for people who kind of have a brick and mortar, you have a location, maybe you're renting a room or you have a space that you host classes for the community. So there's really 3 things you want to consider with this. Number 1, SEO. Number 2, GMB, Google My Business. So that's obviously on a map for Google. And then third is social media, right? So those are the 3 key things you can start focusing on right away. So when it comes to SEO, let's start with that. You want to make sure that you have the correct keywords for the industry. You want to make sure that your pages have SEO-friendly setup. Oftentimes, I'm just going to be totally honest with you, if you're using a Wix website or a cheap free website design builder, you're not going to be ranking, okay? So you want to go, you have WordPress as an option. I love Webflow. That's a great one for SEO. You want to make sure that as you're building out your SEO strategy, if you're not familiar with how to do this or it's brand new to you and you're not even sure what it is, you're probably just going to want to hire someone. Or invest in yourself, learn a new skill. Take a course and learn how to do SEO. So again, some of the on-page SEO options you have are available. There's a lot of things that go into this, even the type and style of the letters and wording, and obviously the keywords that you want to hit to rank for. So there's a lot that goes into it. It can be overwhelming at first, but something you definitely want to look into. I'll be honest with you, I've done so many different things just throwing everything at the wall to market. One thing that's never failed, that's always worked, that's always been consistent, SEO. Make sure you start strong with that, and that way you have a very solid presence throughout. So the second is Google My Business. So this is for you if you have a listing and you have a physical location. You want to build that out, and you also want to be active on it because remember, Google's algorithm. It's going to be ranking you based on how frequent you're visiting, your updates, your citations, all different kinds of things that can go into your Google business page. So make sure that you're constantly updating that, adding photos, adding videos, putting all kinds of information that are relevant for your business and also relevant for what you want students to know about you, okay? And then social media. Make sure you hit those community groups. You can post all flyers out there. You can give out referrals or promos and all kinds of different strategies you can use when it comes to social media in terms of engagement. And again, this really isn't necessarily to sell your services. This is more or less for people to know who you are and where you are, okay? So if you're the go-to reliable source in your community for CPR training, that's your end goal for Facebook, unless obviously you're running ads or something like that. All right, so the third tip we have today is automation. So this really ties into your scheduling and payment collection. You want to make sure that your website is very easy to navigate for your open classes so that people can easily find you. They have a couple clicks to get to where they got to go and they can register and book their class. And you also want to have follow-ups and email campaigns that you have built out to make sure you're staying in touch with those people. So when you automate things, you're freeing your time. All right, because remember, when you're starting any kind of business, doesn't necessarily need to be a CPR training business. You're going to be trading your time for money, meaning you're working a lot to make money, right? That's how every business starts. That's how you bootstrap a business. So this is kind of where you're moving into you're kind of doing your money for time. So again, you're going to invest in different scheduling platforms. You're going to invest in payment processing that basically handles all of the registration for you. Because remember, if you're manually dealing with these things on a day-to-day basis, they're very task-oriented. That takes away time that you actually have to work on your business. Why? Because you're working in your business. You want to make sure you're balancing those two things. There's a big difference for your business from working in it to working on it. On it helps you grow, so make sure you can automate some of those manual processes. And our final tip for the day, probably the most important one, and this is for you to decide who you're going to do business with. All right, so when I say that, I'm talking more specifically to those Red Cross and American Heart business owners out there. Okay, so you're teaching Red Cross, you're teaching American Heart Association. So who you're aligned with really makes a big difference. You want to align with someone who's going to provide valuable feedback, valuable support, help you with the compliance side of things with certification issuance, all different kinds of things. Price is important too in terms of how much you pay for cards, but I'll be honest with you, that's not even in my top 3 of importance when you're looking at who you're going to partner with for your business. You want to find a company or an organization that's going to really invest in you as much as you're investing in them. So really think carefully about that. Vet, call, and interview different training sites, different Red Cross providers, so you can get as much information on alignment with them as possible, because that's going to really help you accelerate and grow. If you're a Red Cross instructor and you want to save your costs on your certification cards, you also want support, and you think there's some value in the video I even put together today for you, we have a lot more content than this, trust me. Feel free, there's a link in the description below. You can schedule a quick call with me if you're a Red Cross instructor. We're happy to talk to you about our program to bring you on underneath of us. Again, providing all that kind of support. It's really going to make a big difference for you to grow and scale your business. So again, decide who you want to work with and partner with as a training provider. For American Heart, it's going to be a training site or a training center. With Red Cross, it would be a PLTP, like us at Ready Response. So if you have questions, make sure you drop us a line. Link in the description below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe for more content.